Welcome to Look Around the Confederation. I'm your host for the evening, Moose, and I'm joined by GCB. Before we get started, please remember, the views and opinions expressed in this broadcast not necessarily the views of the SCVs, GEC, nor Division brigades, camps, or any of the subsidiaries. How is everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? We have a good show for you planned. It's going to be a great old time. Connor's happy. He's just thrilled. He's smiling. That's why he's covering his mouth so you can't tell he's smiling.
Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble. Give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. Always look on the bright side of life.
Amen. That's
really don't want to amen to the pop culture reference I just did. You really don't want to.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
What have you done to my beautiful show? You've just soiled it with a pop culture reference from a bad show.
From Monty Python.
Isn't that the movie you forced me to watch?
Well, they had like 18 different movies, not that many, but this one I did not force you to watch this one.
Mm. He called me an uncultured swine and told me I need to watch a movie.
Well, you are an uncultured swine.
That's fair. That is fair. Oh, how's everybody doing? I see we got Robert in the chat. Good to see you. Ryan from Camp 1824. Good to see you. David from Camp 87. Good to see you. Past Commander-in-Chief Paul Gramlin Jr., the most sharp-dressed man in the SCV. Good to see you. Todd Owens. Good to see you. Derek from Camp 929. Good to see you. Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief Tony Griffin, good to see you. Miss Linda, good to see you. And Roy from Camp 1387. Daniel from Camp 1703, good to see you. Good to see. Good to see you.
Me.
It was me.
Hey, my reenacting hero, Jason Lloyd, just joined in as well.
Hey, good to see you, Jason. Let me answer this Beauvoir email real quick. All right. So I hope everybody's having a great old day in Dixieland. Oh,
everybody in Louisiana is
yeah.
The storm was still a storm. So I hope everybody is okay. Our compatriots over in the ATM. Hope y'all fared the weather all right.
Yeah, I'm praying for y'all. Hope all's okay. Whew, I hate this bad weather season. So many bad things can happen so quickly. So y'all please stay safe down there. And remember, while we're talking about that, the SCV Relief Fund, just go to scv.org and hit the donation page and you'll see it.
Yeah, donate.
So let's see here. Do you want to go ahead and jump in, or we just want to sit and talk for a minute?
Hey, man, it's your show.
No, I mean,
how keep you on for 2.5 hours?
No, I have to leave here at 8 to go to my dog. So
hey, buy dogs. You want a puppy? Harrison selling puppies.
Yeah.
Please buy a dog from him. He owes me 2 books.
In my defense, I forgot they were yours. One has been lost to time. I don't know where it is. And the other one I sold. So I do take the blame.
I would say they're good books, but I didn't even get a chance to read them.
You read The Great Partnership before.
No.
We did a whole episode on it.
We did several episodes, but I've done independent research on both Lee and Jackson.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
So-
Furthermore, I've actually lent you 3 books. Women Behind the Rifles, The Great Partnership, and the World War II one.
The World War II one?
Yeah, that's the one that you sold.
No, I sold the women one.
Well, there was also a World War II one that I just gotten right before I came up to your house and cooked.
Please note, this was nearly 5 years ago. Everybody, this was a very different Moose at the time.
The moral of the story is don't lend Moose anything.
No, that's not the moral of the story. I was young and stupid, and I completely forgot they were your books, and I have no idea where any of them are. So,
buy a dog so that he can buy me books.
Yes, I will buy Connor.
Specifically because all 3 of them were autographed, and one of them, the author's no longer with us to sign autographs.
I do not remember that.
I do.
So yeah, the great partnership is somewhere, I think. The women's one I know I sold because I remember being like, when did I get this book? It must have been for class. I'll sell it. And then I do not remember at all the World War II one.
Yeah, with the old breed at Peleliu and Okinawa.
The what?
With the old breed at Peleliu and Okinawa.
I'll buy them all back for you. Just send me the names.
So buy a dog so he can afford to buy me books.
In my defense, again, I was a very different person then.
I wouldn't know, Roy. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, he had like just gotten them or something. And he was like, you should read these. And I was like, oh, okay. Great Partnership is a great book.
I wouldn't know, David. I wouldn't know.
The Great Partnership is a great book. It's phenomenal. I loved it.
Well, I wouldn't know, Harrison.
Because that's probably the only one I read that you gave.
You wanted to borrow them.
No. I wanted to borrow one of them. The other 2, I distinctly remember.
You wanted to. So when I lent you the Women of the Rifles book, was at the camp's forced birthday thing that I came down for, and you're like, oh yeah, I really want to borrow that one because we want to do an episode about women and the Confederacy. Yeah, and we never did because you were supposed to read the book, and we were supposed. Yeah, and then the next one was the Lee Jackson one because we were going to do a Lee Jackson episode, and you were scrambling trying to find some type of reference material. I'm like, hey, I've got enough internal knowledge from research on Jackson and Lee that I'll let you borrow this one. And then the last one, I actually, it was not an autographed one, but I had just got it from, I just gotten it in the mail, and I may have accidentally, I will give you, I will pull that one off. I may have accidentally left that one in Oxford.
I think you accidentally left the World War II one. I remember specifically asking for the Lee Jackson one because I saw it. You had brought it up to Oxford, and I was like, I don't know
because I was going to read it
yet.
We'd started the show. We had just started the show.
Just started it, and we had just done that Lee episode, and I was like, oh, this would be a good one for a couple months down the road. Let me borrow that one. I don't remember the women's book at all. I do remember why you gave it to me, and it was because we were doing like a Women's Day episode.
We were planning on it, and I didn't give. Lent.
Yeah, in my defense, again, I am sorry. I've said I'm sorry. I promise you will get the books back one day.
So, Miss Linda, the topic is somebody needs to buy a dog from Harrison so he can buy me 2 replacement copies of books. I will take the in with the old breed, and yet he buys himself a trophy.
I did not buy this for me.
Fantasy football.
I did not buy
because that really matters in life.
I did not buy this. It was awarded to me by my fantasy league for the winning team, the Mississippi Avengers, and their mascot, Nathan Bedford Forrest. This was a gift. I have to give this back if I don't win this season. So, no, this is not mine.
And I hope you lose. I hope you lose. Hope all the bad things happen till I get my book.
That's cruel. Now, if you do want to say I wasted money, I did buy my own Mississippi Avengers t-shirt or jersey with my great-grandfather's number on it.
And you also buy pocket watches, but not replacement books. Don't you have like 10 news stories that you've been saving in the email to cover?
Yes. It's about that time. Wait, where are you going? You're helping me. Come on.
Yeah, sulking.
All right. Let's
somebody buy a dog.
All right.
Okay, so story number 1 comes to us all the way from the great and sovereign state of Tennessee. Really appreciate Jordy for sending in our first 2 stories. But the General Morgan Camp number 2053 in Greenville, Tennessee had an awesome event recognizing the 160th anniversary of General Morgan's death at the Dixon Williams Mansion in Greenville, Tennessee. It was a 2-day event that had speakers, display, reenactors, and it ended with a candlelit banquet ceremony on the same grounds that General Morgan passed away on. The Bradford Rose Camp, which Jordy's commander of, number 1638, and the Sam Davis UDC, they set up a booth and helped with the program. Tim Massey helped head up the event and did a great job. So these are some of the pictures. That's, of course, the stone and memorial to General John Hunt Morgan, and Moose shared some other ones. So I need to make my way up there for that event at some point.
I bet it'd be awesome.
Yeah. But Jordy also sent in pictures. We did an episode on this, or sent in a picture on the William Hicks Jackson Ag Award that in Tennessee. Jordy actually presented an award recently to Hunter Webb. Mississippi, I'm proud to say we just adopted this program. We're still hammering some of the details out. We actually named it after my ancestor, Captain Nathan W. Slay, who was a farmer before the war, after the war, and served as treasurer of the Copiah County Co-op during Reconstruction, and was able to help turn a profit with it. But it's a great award that is getting out there into the community, especially considering how, if you look at the agriculture community and the livestock the livestock show kids, they naturally fit in with the SCV in our demographic. So it's a great way. It's great publicity, and good job on that one.
Yeah, congratulations to the winner, by the way.
Yeah. And of course, if you go, I do need a guard dog at my library. But
it was 5 years ago. I'm sorry.
Hey, Jordy, thank you for sending them in.
Yes,
and the great thing about that award, just to plug it again, is the fact that it's something that can be morphed to your division. And in Tennessee, they give it out on the camp level. So camps, just like the Hundley Award, are able to sponsor it. We're doing in Mississippi a division level for an adult and youth criteria, and then we're encouraging all the camps as well to give it out as well. So one adult and one youth will get it on the state level, and we're going to hopefully. Forrest and I have talked about this. You weren't in on the conversation, but we're hopefully going to do some type of scholarship, cash scholarship to go along with it for the youth. Whether that's them buying show supplies or, diesel to go to the shows, or even if they're going into college. So it's something really cool and something I'm really, really proud of.
So am I. I love that we've adopted this as soon as Jordy showed it to us. That episode, I mean, he had me hook, line, and sinker. I think it's a phenomenal idea. And the fact that, we're such an agriculture-based people too.
Yeah, well, we are.
I think it just fits perfectly.
Yeah, and we are an agrarian people. I mean, heck, the two busts that I have behind me, Little Rob and Big G, they were both. Little Rob is my miniature bust of Robert E. Lee, and Big G is my new bust of George Washington. But they were both, farmers, planters.
Mhm.
And of course we were, and we still are an agrarian society in Mississippi. Agriculture is still our number one industry. And if you want to get more specific, the chicken part of agriculture is our real biggest industry. So it's a way for us to open doors and get to the community that that matches some of our basic principles.
Yep.
Story number 3 comes from Virginia. And the Turner Ashby Camp, number 1567, from Winchester, Virginia, had a booth set up at the Clark County Fair August 11th through the 17th. They sent in a ton of pictures. We couldn't share them all. But thank you, Jason, for sending those in, as well as your camp commander for sending some in. It looked like they had a great time, out there. There's one picture. I'll wait for you to get it up, Moose. Yeah, right here. I absolutely love this graphic that they created, especially with some stuff that we've had happen in Mississippi in the past, week. But it says on here, when a sizable percentage of your family goes off to defend your home and never returns, and you have no idea what happened to them or where they are for the rest of your life, you will begin to understand why they're Confederate monuments and memorials. And that puts our stance on it just absolutely perfectly. So great job being out there, within your community, forwarding the colors, talking about the great things that y'all are doing. And I hope y'all got some good feedback from the community. And I encourage everybody to go out there, and especially now that it is fair season. I know that the Tennessee division went and set up at the Tennessee State Fair. Mississippi State Fair is coming up. It's a little bit too late for us to get into this. We've had some other issues going on. But all these other county fairs, local fairs, worst thing, if you're afraid of going and them not allowing you in, you're already not in there. Worst thing they could say is no.
Yeah. Very true. So at least
just
give
like
it a shot.
It's like the Indianola camp. This weekend, I believe, is setting up in Carrollton at their local fair and community event. So get out there and forward the colors.
Amen.
Now, for those that are in the Army of Trans-Mississippi, but I hope this event is still going on. But save the date, not this weekend, but next weekend. The Louisiana Division is having their fall muster or fall assembly to be held at the Mansfield State Historic Site. It'll begin at 10 a.m. There'll be a lunch break, and it should be concluded by mid-afternoon. We haven't gotten any new details. We're waiting to get some more in. But it's should be a good event. Hey, so Jason said that as a result, they raised $1,400 and that they got 4 new members.
Congratulations!
So good job. See, it pays. It paid off there. So if you're in the ATM or if you're in the Louisiana Division, y'all go to the fall assembly there in Mansfield. Speaking of Louisiana, we got a picture in from past CIC Chuck McMichael, who I did not see in the chat.
Wow.
But these are some pictures of some compatriots from the Richard Taylor Camp, 1308 from Shreveport, Louisiana. They attended the national reunion in Charleston. You see Dan McCaskill back there, my twin Adam, Frank. But pictured from left to right is Keith Porter, Alan Lawrence, Scott Summers, John Moore, Paul Gramling Jr., Chuck McMichael, Bobby Herring, David Hill, and J.C. Hanna.
I'll keep up the good work. Glad to see that there was that many people from your camp at reunion.
Yeah, very, very glad to see that. Jumping back across the river, back into our Army in the AOT. This came all the way from Kentucky, and we have a couple of things from Kentucky. Hope Kyle's watching. If not, shame on you, Kyle.
He'll be on in like 5-10 minutes after we get done. He's late.
Yeah. So I'm trying to run through the bands. So the Kentucky Division hosted a memorial service at the Confederate Soldiers Monument on August 10th last month. Tennessee Division members and representatives from the UDC and OCR were there, nearly 70 in attendance. Love seeing cross-divisional events happening. Love seeing when like Tennessee goes to Kentucky goes to Tennessee and Alabama doing stuff together. Love seeing that. This is another picture from the day's event. Love seeing it. But Kyle also sent in some more pictures. These are from compatriots of the Kentucky Division who received awards at the national reunion. You gonna change the brand? No. Okay, there we go. So, Kyle went out and he presented a meritorious service medal to Commander Wayne Tate of Camp 276. Also, Division Chaplain Brett Morris received the SCV Commendation Medal. There we go. Craig Thuitt, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, was honored with a commendation medal for organizing last fall's Confederate Soldiers Cross of Honor dedication. Here we go. And then Kentucky Division Adjutant Mike Knight Sr. received both the National Distinguished Service Medal and a commendation medal, I believe.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Oh. There we go.
Professionals at this by now.
This show's been going on for 4 years. Actually, three.
Yeah. And then finally, out of the Commonwealth of Virginia, got a story in from the Hanover Dragoons Camp 827. I don't know if that made it. It was just, we did. So the Hanover Dragoons Camp, number 827, they removed a fallen tree from Confederate graves at Oakwood Cemetery in Richmond. They hauled away 6 truckloads and 3 trailer loads of debris. And really, great job. I mean, part of the tree, as you could tell, had been damaged. The rest of it, they cut down and cut up and hauled away. No small feat in that whatsoever.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's a lot of hard work right there.
And really quick, so let's wait on this picture for a second. So the thing about Oakwood and the project that's going on there, you see those small stones, like in the foreground and the background, all surrounding that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever looked at one of those stones, Harrison?
Not personally.
Yeah, they have a number on them, and those numbers respond back to a registry at the sexton's office. And the federal government says that's enough for honoring a Confederate soldier.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get mad on this episode.
Yeah, well, I'm here. But hey, good.
Big log.
Yeah, it was a whole tree. Like I said, 3 trailer loads, 6 truckloads. I mean, that's a lot of work. But hey, good job, compatriots up there up in Virginia, doing that. And Lieutenant Commander in Chief says that we'll be installing more markers in Oakwood the first weekend in October.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I say I'm lucky. My ancestor, my 4th great uncle, who's buried in Oakwood, actually has a stone. Well, I say a stone. He's got a bronze foot marker. And Tony actually went and got a picture of it for me, and put a flag out, and I really, really appreciate that, because 17,000. I think, y'all correct me, Virginians. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they were mainly Chimborazo Hospital casualties and stuff, right? Which, to me, it doesn't matter whether, disease killed more men than germs killed more than bullets and bayonets combined. But still, they were willing to go and lay their life down for what they knew was right, and what we still today know is right. Those ideas of self-determination, independence, same things that motivated their ancestors in 1776. So they're heroes nonetheless. Whether it was charging a Pickett's charge at Franklin, or suffering in a hospital, still deserve our respect and our admiration these years later. Tony said I was right.
Yay! But yeah, I can't believe that just getting numbers. I mean, I've seen damaged stones. I've seen, of course, dirty stones. I've seen no stone, but a number. That's sadly a new one for me.
Yeah.
And just that. Thank you for who all is going in there to install new markers, and who's raising money for it, and who might be donating money to it. Thank you all for all that. Please let us know. These veterans have been a number for long enough. Send us pictures. We'd love to post it. We'd love to talk about it here on Look Around. scyouthoutreach@gmail.com. This is just a horrible dishonor that I'm glad that y'all are correcting. But without further ado, we are done or caught up with the majority of the news tonight. So we are going to take a quick commercial break and pop back in. Let me get everything ready for that break. Let's see here. All right. 1 second. I'm going to have to switch. Let's see here. Going to take me just one more second. But as always, our commercial breaks are sponsored by, of course, our website, scvchat.com, and of course, our Patreon. Just go on Patreon, type in scv_chat, or check the link in the chat. That'll be out in a minute. And of course, this season's sponsor, Creative Cockades. If you want a historically accurate cockade at a reasonable price, please go check out Creative Cockades at creativecockades.company.site.
Hey,
link will also be in the chat.
Did you notice that there's one pictured?
Yes, look at that. I noticed that. I was wondering. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love cockades, and I do plan on getting me some more in the near future. Whenever I get money and whenever I pay all my debts back to Connor, namely his books, I'll definitely be doing that.
Books are just a drop in the bucket, buddy.
No. The other stuff you did for me was for 1 second. I need to pop that back up there. Was for me being your aide de camp. That doesn't count. Not to mention, you said we were even on all the stuff like that after one of our trips to National. You did. Because we'll go into that after the show.
I am Rabbi Thomas Fortenberry. I'm a descendant of Isaac Fortenberry, a Confederate veteran. Many of the people in my family were veterans. As a military veteran, I served with the United States Army. It's important to veterans of all wars to remember those who have passed and what they did and what they suffered. Everyone who serves gives a part of themselves. The SCV is much a part of that. The SCV serves people, not only the people that are involved as members, but the community. My commitment to the SCV is a commitment to our heritage, our cause, not in a violent way, not an aggressive way, simply in the way we live. Live what you believe. But in your defense, know in what you're defending and defend it truthfully. May Yahovah bless you and keep you. May Yahovah lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace and blessing.
It's hi, buddy. 1 second. Had a troll on YouTube.
What did he say?
If he's wanting an argument, I'm more than a lot happy to talk to him on the show and debate him. Now, I think there are better people for a debate. I'm still on my journey to be a historian. I'm going to automatically ban people that are just being jerks, to say it nicely. He said the ad was dumb, and we're all dumb as fill in the blank with a 4-letter word. So I just went ahead and took care of him. I wasn't going to deal with him tonight. But real quick, before we jump into any other topics, we do want to thank our sponsors one more time, scvchat.com, our Patreon supporters. Again, make sure to go support us out on Patreon. You get an exclusive show. You're added to the end credits of every episode, and so much more that we're working on to get to y'all. And, of course, make sure to check out this season's sponsor, Creative Cockades, where you can find historically accurate cockades at a reasonable price. So I wanted to thank them again and go through all our sponsors. But, yeah, no, I'm not dealing with a heckler. It's been a week. I'm tired. Troll.
Look, we don't mind, if you legitimately want to have a discussion and keep it academic and keep it somewhat academic and keep it civil. We're more than willing to allow that. But just coming in and spewing the same vitriolic hate,
goodbye.
Yeah, go waste your time somewhere else.
David does bring up a good point, and we do have 2 new Patreon members that we do need to send your way, David. But door prizes are available for new Patreon members. I believe they get a copy of the book we're reading on the Moose Club series. So, if you sign up for our Patreon now, you get a free book.
Yeah, and just so for those that are on Patreon and wondering, we will be trying to record the next episode of that one day next week.
Yes. It's just been me and GCB. It's like we've not stopped since National Reunion. I don't think I've had a free weekend.
I know I haven't. So, Dwayne's supposed to have surgery getting postponed yet again. Just all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's been a couple months, so we're about to jump back into it. I believe we're discussing the families next.
Yeah, so in Albion Seed, Hackett Fisher breaks it up into several different sections. That's like 17 or 21 different characteristics. And some of the things that he covers in there that we'll cover are the family ways, the marriage ways, the child rearing ways, and the name ways, because those all kind of go together.
Oh yeah.
So like, family and marriage obviously, goes together, and then child rearing, and then naming children. So
It'll be a good episode. I'm looking forward to jump back into it. We didn't initially plan to take this long of a break off of it, but as we said, it's just me and Connor just couldn't squeeze in anything else this past couple weeks. But I am looking forward to it again. And remember, the first episode is free.
Yeah. Child rearing, family, naming, and marriage.
Right.
Marriage.
Forget.
Marriage is what brings us here today. Woo of Princess Bride, baby.
All right. Yeah, that's joyful.
Well, the SCV will have a new cadet tomorrow.
Hey!
My nephew's wife is supposed to be tomorrow's their planned day for her to give birth to my second great nephew. So
congratulations.
Y'all pray for my family tomorrow as we go through that. Easton has already gotten his certificate and whatnot in. Just need to go to a camp meeting and get it. And then Bo will have his. It's already been prepaid.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. Doing what we can with the cadet program, which just kind of goes into what we're gonna shoot the crap about tonight. Harrison doesn't know this, so this will be fun.
Thanks.
But the
Moose Club was surprised upon you. This is the whole reason.
Yeah, well, payback.
For those, mine was payback.
Yeah, well, mine's payback for the payback.
You know what? I think I meant to lose your books. Oh no, he's typing. Don't type. Don't do that.
Okay. So anyway, the SCV has a multi and that's one thing that we've talked about it on the Monday show before, and we'll talk about it on this one tonight, is that one thing that we need to remember when it comes to recruiting and retention efforts is that we are competing for people's time. Mm-hmm. So the great thing about the SCV is there is something offered with either ourselves or with our sibling organizations. And I use that term sibling, kind of loose because we're one big happy Confederate family some of the times. But that offers something for everybody. So with and within the SCV, our own special interest. What, sunflower seeds?
I just spilled them. They're everywhere.
Oh, that's great. Well, I have back off.
Back off. What is that?
Non-tobacco, non-nicotine pouches. Tea leaves, essentially.
All right. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. So Yeah. So I mean, you think so. Go ahead, Moose. What you're going to say?
No, you go ahead. I'll save mine for a second.
Well, I was
Let
going to say,
marinate.
so you think about it. There's something that the SCV or one of our affiliates offers. Or I say affiliate, but one of our things that we're affiliated with offers for everybody. So and all walks of life and all ages. If you were more of the academic type, there's the SD Lee Institute. There's the Alabama Education Conference. There's the Mississippi Education Conference, other various conferences and things like that. If you are more of a, get out in the woods and do something, just like the camp up in Virginia, represented going cleaning up that tree, as well as, everything else, it offers the SCV just essentially offers so much for your own membership. But, and that's easy for us to say as well. I'm somewhat not single, and Harrison is. Guys in our I'm in my early 30s, and Harrison's in his late 20s.
Mid 20s.
Close enough.
No, mid 20s.
You're closer to 30 than you are to 21. You're closer to 30 than you are your teens. So anyway, as relatively young guys, it's easy for us to say that, yeah, there's something for the SCV for us, and there is. But there's also for those young families that are out there. Several states have OCR societies, if not OCR societies, UDC divisions. With the UDC, you've got the Children of the Confederacy. You've got, which is all the way up to 18. You've got the cadet program here within the SCV. The OCR, at least in Mississippi, even has a junior membership for young girls. And that's the thing. We have something for everybody, and you can only get as much out of the organization as you're willing to put into it. And that's one thing that we've seen a lot in the past couple of weeks for sure in Mississippi, but past couple of days, or people complaining about well, the organization's not doing this, the organization's not doing that, the organization's not doing X, Y, or Z, and I'm coming to think and saying out loud, well, what have you done? Again, my views, my opinions. But what have you done? You say that you organized this event, and you put it out on Facebook. Well, that's fantastic, but you didn't let it flow all the way up, because when these events evidently happened, it wasn't shared out via our internal communications. The brigade commander, your brigade commander, didn't notify the rest of the division executive council, because I didn't know about it. That's just Friends of the SCV. Thank you, Miss Linda. I forgot about the Friends program, which is open to anybody and everybody. But there's so much that is that can be offered, that is offered. If you're into motorcycles, we got the Metcalf. If you are crazy and like to play dress up and play with black powder, there's reenacting. Hey, one of them looking. Speaking of reenactments, we do have one coming up here in about a month in Mississippi. How about that for a segue there, Moosey?
Great.
If you're looking for something to do, third weekend in October 18th through 24th, Beauvoir Fall Muster 38th Annual. Registration for reenactors are open. And open to everybody from across the South. And, it's at Jeff Davis's house. I mean, come on. And in fact, there's a picture of Moose carrying a flag.
Yeah, in the lower left-hand corner.
My personal colors.
It's a great event, and a lot of stuff for everybody. Feel like you're stepping back in time, man. I love Fall Muster. Happy to be a part of it, and y'all won't regret making the trip down. Trust me, it's a phenomenal event. Jason,
skip Cedar Creek, come to Beauvoir. My views and opinions.
I'll second that one. I'll
'Cause
actually
it's-
second that one. Yeah.
It's the same weekend, and it
Oh.
always falls the same weekend. So it's one event that Cedar Creek is one event I will never make because I'm going to be at fall muster. And the one great thing about it, not only are you there at the president's house, it's where the official tomb of the unknown Confederate soldier for,
Yep.
As designated by the major Confederate organizations in 1981, I believe. Is there. You're walking on ground that Jeff Davis not walked on, but also was a Confederate veterans home, so the veterans were there. And I'm telling you, when you camp out, it is an eerie feeling waking up at 3 a.m. and then looking out over that cemetery. Plus, Confederacy always wins. It's a lot of cool stuff. Plus, the museum there at Beauvoir is really come along. There's a new medical display, a display about Father Abraham Ryan. So it'll be, and it's the biggest fundraiser for Beauvoir. But again, digressing, back to kind of the original, second half of the show topic. If there's something that you feel that you are missing out on, you're sitting there and you're thinking, yeah, I go to the camp meeting, but there's something that I like, but I like to fish. I don't like to fish. I'm not a fisher. I don't have the patience for it, and it's usually too hot.
It's very relaxing.
Maybe I need to do that, but again, that's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's your thing. Get you a couple of guy friends together out of the camp and go fish. It's kind of like the whole purpose of the church is to help strengthen not only our relationships with Christ, but with our relationship with the body of Christ. Well, we can only be as strong as our brothers in arms. And I'm not trying to sound blasphemic or anything. But if you feel like that is something that you're missing out on, or it's something that would compete with your SCB time, then do that. Just like this weekend. I mean, there's a chaplains conference up at headquarters. That's where a group of chaplains of the organization. You don't have to be a chaplain to attend, but where chaplains and others from the organization are to meet at headquarters. They're going to talk about the Confederacy, and they're going to talk about God and how it all correlates together. The SCV has that to offer. Give me, golf. I like golf. I'm not very good at golf. My definition of golf is driving a golf cart and drinking bourbon. My views and opinions, my definition of golf. But still, that is something that if, and I haven't played golf in a long time. But if that's something I can get enough guys interested in, maybe once a year we'll put a scramble together and we'll play golf at a golf course here in Mississippi and have a good time. That's something. Moose enjoys fantasy football, evidently. Moose, why haven't you started a fantasy football league within the division?
I've actually tried before, honestly.
Well, try again. Yeah, stop that. But that's something that he can, and especially now the communication has changed so much. I mean, whether it's a Facebook group, God knows I'm a part of 4 or 5 Facebook group messages, or if it's even a GroupMe app or something like that. You don't have to be in the same town. You don't have to be in the same brigade. You don't have to be in the same division, for that matter. Y'all could, if there's interest in a fantasy football group, send us a message on Facebook, and Moose will get one started.
Yeah, and I mean, I do want to point that out because I did just say it. I tried it a long time ago before I started this one that I'm in now. Just because it doesn't work one time doesn't mean it's not going to work down the road. We are a brotherhood, a sisterhood of Southern people. And I would love to see more SCV people get together for events, invite the outside public or people that might be interested in joining. Welcome them into the brotherhood.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. There's such a misconception about the SCV when they think they when they hear Sons of Confederate Veterans or United Daughters of the Confederacy or Order of Confederate Rose or Children of the Confederacy, they automatically think of the worst of us, which we know we're not, and we try to disprove that we are normal people. I say that and Chuck McMichael pops in my head.
I had someone else pop up in my head.
Yeah. But still, there are those that we're everyday folks.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, something that we can help to disprove that myth to make us, to defeat the narrative of what those people say that we are. So there's that. If you are into metal detecting, well, I'm sure you're part of a metal detecting group. Do that. Adam's into collecting dead people hair. I'm sure there's other people that are into collecting dead people hair.
I don't think so. But on the metal detecting, I think you said something as a good point. You're probably in a couple Facebook groups about it. Ask a couple SCV camps if they would like to go. Ask a couple of people who aren't in SCV camps if they want to go. Again, you can have a great time. And at the same time, maybe bring someone closer into joining that just didn't know who we were.
Yeah.
My camp has a barbecue.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, various social events. You don't have to just have a normal a normal meeting.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a social event outside of your normal state meeting. One thing I'm thinking about trying to do for if we do 2028, the national reunion, is like a poker night.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like playing poker, and if Facebook will ever let me figure out how to cash out, I'll be $1.8 billion with a B dollars richer. So Zuckerberg, get on that. But
I would like you to become a billionaire.
Yeah, I would too.
I would like it for the chat, but also, every time me and you go somewhere, he's got he's a billionaire.
No, that's not how that's going to happen.
You're a billionaire.
Yeah, I would be, but digressing. Bedford Forest like to play poker as well, and that's what I'm thinking about doing is the Nathan Bedford Forest poker tournament. Digressing though, but if you have a couple guys, get a game together. It's dove season across the South.
I was just about to bring that up.
How many of y'all went dove hunting?
But
and while you were dove hunting, did you mention the SCV? You don't count.
Well, the person I dove hunting with is my camp commander.
Yeah.
Who is also my father.
Yeah, and your camp is made up of you and all your cousins.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, but still.
But I do want to point something out real quick. Sorry to interrupt you. But going hunting, there's many things I do. I go on deer hunts in groups, duck hunts in groups. Football season is here. I know a lot of us are football fans. We talked about fantasy football. Invite a couple people over to watch football at your house. The possibilities for this are really endless.
Yeah. Especially, make sure you're inviting and invite new people, but also invite your camp compatriots that are, interested in the same thing. We're bound together by our blood and our blood relation to our ancestors, but we still share similar interests. And again, make show that the SCV be the change in your camp that you want to see. And I'm not saying change for I'm not saying go weak with telling the history and stuff like that. But what we're saying is when we say make the SCV more palatable, it's not, go and be liberal. It's more of a go and be, show that we're average people.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's something that I see some places do it and I see others not. I understand that tastes are going to be different all around. As you said it, you like golf. I have played mini golf, and I'm bad enough at that. Even though I got third place the last time I played it. Subtle brag. But Connor's good at golf. Or he likes golf.
Yeah.
He likes golf. So he can do that and get a group together. But again, I'm not good at golf. Well, what am I good at that Connor might not be? Or what do I like that Connor might not like? Fishing. Or, again, that Saturday football. I mean, invite everybody over.
Woo. I like Saturday football. I don't like Sunday football. Difference.
Yeah. But invite everybody over a Saturday. Have everybody bring some meals to be cooked on the barbecue. What? That's what I do.
Oh my God.
I meant to say burger meat, but
No. You just sound like we're going to put something on the barbecue. Just sounded like you were from Pennsylvania. No, you throw hamburgers. You throw hamburgers on a grill. Barbecue is a culinary style. Where did I go wrong?
I was your aide de camp for 4 years. This is a reflection of you.
It really is, and that's why I'm flustered.
But come over and grill, smoke.
Yeah, there you go.
Heck, it bakes something for all I care. But invite everybody over. I do that every other Saturday with one of my friends who I am talking about the SCV with. It's one of my things I'm going to talk to him about when we're by the grill cooking. Because me and him both love grilling burgers. And we can both trust each other with the burgers, knowing they're not going to get scorched. So I come over, I bring some ground beef. He seasons it. We go out and we grill. Again, I'm spitballing ideas for everybody. Take a camp trip. I know a lot of camps that have made a trip up to Elm Springs. They all carpool in multiple vehicles, rent out a van, a bus, whatever. And they all go up to Elm Springs, try to make it easier for everybody to go as well. Go to Beauvoir, go to General Forrest's boyhood home. There's a lot of places in the South that you can go to as an event. Camping. Yeah. There's so much we could do. I mean, the Southern people, and you said this at the beginning of this, we're a diverse group of people. There are many things to enjoy in the South and in the SCV. Start spitballing some ideas with your camp. Invite people that you know that might be interested, or people that might not even be interested yet. But you're like, you know what? He likes history, or he's proud of his heritage. He's proud to be Southern. Invite them. Invite the wives. Invite the children. That's how I got into this. I was the 7th cadet in the whole SCV. And because of my dad taking me to these events, taking me to Beauvoir, taking me to go see Vicksburg, I mean, the list goes on and on, really.
Yeah.
I cut you off a long time ago, so I'm sorry. I'm going to let you talk.
No. I'm just it's like David said. The worst thing to do is nothing. So just try something.
Mm-hmm. Please, I beg you.
And remember, we are competing for other people's times. Make it fun. It doesn't have it doesn't have to be, bookish and stuff like that.
4-hour lecture on educators.
Yeah.
If he was in the chat tonight, that would have gotten a good laugh out of me. But there's just so much we can do. And I think we've only barely tapped our potential here in the SCV, the UDC, the OCR, the CFC, the Roses. I mean, again, Friends of the SCV. I mean, we can make a big community and make people proud to be in a Confederate organization again, and make it fun for them.
Well, yeah. I'm glad you kind of brought that up. I mean, the big thing is make them proud to be Southern.
Yes.
We've said it on here multiple times, but the South, for the most part, is facing an identity crisis. People are, ashamed to be Southern nowadays. God forbid we ask them to be proud of being Confederate. If you don't even have regional pride, why should we expect anything else? I mean, it's just like if you look at modern polling, there are questions, when they ask questions about the battle flag, it's no longer do they throw in the question of it's a symbol of regional pride. It's like they automatically throw in, is it a symbol of heritage or is it a symbol of something else? So we have no pride in our region. I say we. I mean, the average Southerner has no pride in their own region. So why should we expect them to start flocking to our ranks? Especially if we're not doing anything to make it appealing, making our organization appealing to them.
I mean, I've seen so many Southerners especially since I went to Ole Miss, hate to be from Mississippi, want to leave, can't wait to get out of the South, because for all their life, they just hear about these horrible things that the South has done. And we got to bring the pride back to be a Southerner, or they're never going to have pride to be a descendant of a Confederate veteran. And one of the ways to do that is a hook to get people in to enjoy themselves. And when they've been to a couple events that they've had a good time with, okay, well, y'all aren't bad people. Maybe explain your viewpoint to me.
Yeah. Bunko.
All right, well, on Bunko,
hey, y'all go follow us on the YouTubes.
Yes, actually, we have reached over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I cannot thank all of you chat heads enough for that. Hopefully that will lead to some exciting news very shortly. You also helped us reach a goal of ours that we posted about on Facebook recently. We might have a surprise for you tomorrow. Me and GCB need to talk about that a bit more. But stay tuned on the SCV Chat Facebook page and Instagram page tomorrow. We're hoping to have some exciting news for you. Thank you all for watching. Go ahead.
We put it like this. We can't comment on most modern day things that are going on in the nation, within these United States on this page, unless it's dealing with our issues. But we can do it on some other pages that we have.
Yep. And I'll talk to GCB I'll talk to GCB for a bit, and we'll hopefully get all that information.
Full Stephen Hawking's there.
All right, Facebook, please don't hurt us. I don't like the man, but you just slapped him in. Oh, Facebook, please don't hurt us. All right. Good night, everybody.
Stay Southern.
Make sure to share this episode out and tune in SCV Chat Monday at 7 p.m.
with the continuation of Dr. Sandy Mitchum's top 10. We've done the best. We got halfway done through the worst. as well as some of our, mine and Moose's favorite Confederate generals. So, yeah.
Make sure to send your short pictures.
Or long pictures or
long
medium pictures.
Send your pictures, short videos, and write-ups to scyouthoutreach@gmail.com, and you'll be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation.
At some point in the future when Moose checks the email.
Look.
Beep, boop, beep.
I have been out of action for 2 weeks. 3 counting Commander's comments, because we don't cover the news on that Thursday. I had everybody covered up until that point. Those 2 weeks were hard, and I have been posting them on the page. So go check out if your event has been posted or your news has been posted on the SCV chat, Facebook, or Instagram page. Like it, share it, and of course, please share this out again. Make sure you check around our pages tomorrow at just random times throughout the day. We're hoping to have it out by like 2 or 3. Just come over and see the surprise we have for you. But without further ado, guys, thank you guys for tuning in, and remember to stay Southern, my friends. Good night,
Beep, boop,
everybody.
beep.
Beep, boop, See, like a dead gum parrot, I did that without even thinking, and I don't know what hurts me worse, that or the fact that it's just been a long week.